This show is sponsored by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out the Facebook page, Alicia's Pillows and Things, where you will find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. Check out the pillows and stools of your favorite sports teams. Maybe you want a set of your kid's favorite cartoon or movie character. You can also get full body and neck pillows as well. Log on to ngscsports.com and go to the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage to complete your order. It makes a great gift for Christmas at an affordable price. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on ngscsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
As an avid follower of the Wes Bradshaw Facebook feed, I think I know what this is.
Yeah, well, that probably gave it away, but hey,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm not spoiling it for the people at home, though.
Well, you know.
You're like one of like 5 people that I have. Whenever they post on Facebook, I get a notification.
Oh, lovely.
I know, you're on my close friends list, so that's what happened.
Aww.
I know. My close friends. Welcome, my close friends, to the Foreign Affair Podcast, episode 241. Yay. Because only my close friends would be able to understand the pain and suffering I'm doing. Anyway.
And this is on top of advancing in the League Cup.
Yes. Oh, what was already a terrible day has gotten much worse.
Oh, you can't say, you can say that, but
Yeah.
you don't mean that.
No, I saved that for the Europa League. Welcome, everyone, to the Foreign Affair Podcast, episode 241. I am Edward Green, joined as always by my calling crime, Wes Bradshaw, for the special near-holiday episode. Although I guess this is our last one before Christmas, so might as well be our holiday episode, I guess. We will be going quickly through stuff tonight, even, I think, a little faster than normal. We'll be hitting the results of the league. We'll be focusing on one specific match in particular that Wes would not let me, even if I wanted to cut him short.
That's right. Go get them, West Ham.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good job, Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Oh, you. But especially because that story will lead into our biggest news and notes story of the week, the one we'll be covering the most. We'll also, of course, the UCL draw that took place this past Monday morning. We'll be getting that, and we'll give our thoughts on the matchups going into the knockout round of the Champions League. I will very briefly touch on the League Cup, ever so briefly, as I hold up my 2 and my 0 in my hands here, which works great on an audio-only podcast. And,
if only I could hit you with a bottle right now.
Fuck off. And, of course, we'll hit the Watch 4 and So Raw, which are water bottle free, I think. As always, we are presented by NGSC Sports at ngscsports.com. We never stop, as well as Alicia's Pillows and Things. Hey, Christmas is literally 6 days, 6 days away. Math.
Right now.
Yeah, from right now, right this second. So if you want your gift in, you better hurry up and order it from Alicia's Pillows and Things to get that delicious discount from NGSC Sports. So get on there, get onto our Facebook page, and get the deals you need for your holiday season of great, ottomans and pillows of your favorite sports teams and other stuff. I've seen some cartoon stuff. It's great. Check it out, Alicia's Pillows and Things on Facebook. All right, to the Premier League West. Let's get to it. Again, we're only really going to talk about one match this week, and it's, of course, the biggest match of the week. Obviously, Palace versus Leicester. West nailed it right off the bat. Big win for Palace as Luka Milijovic from Resident Evil, of course, scored the only goal in that match for Crystal Palace to give them the 1-0 win over Leicester.
Beautiful.
What a woman. A 1-0 win over Leicester City. Has a mean right foot as well. Manchester City continues their demolition of the Premier League, this time beating Everton 3-1, a brace for Gabriel Jesus. We just talked last week how he doesn't even start anymore. And hey, now he just comes on and hits a brace. It's what he does. Tottenham needed some late magic from Christian Eriksen on an assist from Harry Kane to beat Burnley 1-0 at Wembley. 91st minute goal there again for Eriksen. Watford thought they were going to have a comfortable walk in the park against Cardiff, going 3-0 up, which is about 20 minutes to play. But then Cardiff comes roaring back with 2 goals in 2 minutes, but could not produce a third one to draw Watford, so they fall 3-2. But what a tense finish it was in a game that easily should have been put away for the Hornets. Wolves with a big 2-0 victory over now that we've cursed them, because we've been talking about them so big for the last couple of weeks, over now struggling Bournemouth. 2-0 victory for Wolves there. Close for a lot of it after the first goal in the 12th minute mark from Raul Jimenez, and it really wasn't until the very last moment of the match when Ian Cavallero scored for Wolves to put the game out of reach of Bournemouth, but Bournemouth's just not in a good run of form right now. Newcastle, 1-0 victory on the road against Huddersfield. Solomon Rondon with a great goal in that one. West Ham, we said it earlier, they're on the prowl, baby. They can do some stuff now. 2-0 win over leaky Fulham.
And by the way, these are wins that we basically predicted in August.
Yes, absolutely.
West Ham season has gone completely the way that we thought it would go.
Yeah, terrible early with the incredibly hard schedule, and now they're racking up the wins against the bottom of the table. It's fine. It's fine, Hammers fans. It's fine. 2-0 win there. Maybe not so fine for Fulham and Claudio Ranieri as he tries to somehow prevent his team from allowing goals. Southampton. This was actually a pretty big match. We don't really talk about it. Southampton with a huge win over Arsenal 3-2. Ends their unbeaten run of 22 matches in a row. Danny Ings and Charlie Austin on the score sheet for Southampton. Ingsy with a brace in the first half. Charlie Austin with the late header winner in the 85th minute for Southampton. Great job by them to get that match. Chelsea has a late scare from Brighton on the road, but goals from Pedro and Hazard enough to get a 2-1 win at the Amex. And I believe there was a Monday match, or was there not? Yes, there were. No, I'm sorry, there was not a Monday match. So that was the biggest non-matches we're going to talk about of the week, which brings us to the final match of the week, and that was, Wes, Liverpool versus Manchester United. We set it up going into the week. It was going to be rough. It was going to be tumble. Liverpool coming off an emotional, dramatic win in the Champions League to secure their spot in the round of 16. United coming off a loss, having to deal with some injury issues. How would they go in to Anfield? Of course, as we mentioned last week, Jurgen Klopp had yet to beat Manchester United since coming over to Liverpool from Borussia Dortmund. But this would be the turnaround match for Liverpool. Sadio Mane, after multiple chances for Liverpool early, got them going in the 24th minute on just a wonderful run of play from Liverpool. He got them up 1-0. Still all Liverpool, really. But the back line got a little bit leaky for Liverpool, and Jesse Lingard took advantage of a howler from what has been a very capable Alisson, except for that one time he also kind of fucked up against Leicester. But besides that one, he's been great. But just is not able to smother a cross into the box, gets free, Lingard right there to pounce on it, game on at 1-1. And United kept hold. They brought on Morrow and Fellaini, so you knew they were rolling all their dice. But what Arlo White said, the bargain of the offseason, and he just may very well be right. Xherdan Shaqiri comes on as a substitute, scores in the 73rd, scores in the 80th, ball game, done. And quite frankly, Wes, now that I have given the recap, I know you were elated, I know you were pumped, and quite frankly, though, even though it was close for so long and Liverpool needed those late 2 Shaqiri goals, this match was in no way, shape, or form close.
Actual shots in the match, Liverpool 36, Man United 8.
Yeah, and shots on goal 11-2.
Yeah, I mean it was a complete Liverpool domination. But you know what? Statistically speaking, it was 100% expected because of the way that United have been lining up against Liverpool the last few years. Josie, as we always say, parks the bus.
Especially
so
on the
that
road.
does give Liverpool, and especially at Anfield, especially when he's playing a team that he feel can overrun it.
Yeah.
And so, Liverpool always get a lot of shots, have a lot of possession. The numbers are always pretty. The problem for Liverpool the last few years has been turning those shots into something, making those shots matter, being able to, get the shots and then get a few to go in the damn goal.
Yes.
And this year, Xherdan Shaqiri, it was the same story building up. We got the early Mane goal. United got the equalizer. And then it was domination. Shit, no goals coming. And then suddenly Xherdan Shaqiri comes on and is cementing himself as a straight-up Anfield cult legend at this point. Out of his 5 goals he scored this season, 4 of those goals have been to take a 1-goal lead and turn into a 2-goal lead, basically shutting it down a game. And the other one was the one to take the lead against United. So all of his goals have meant something, and on the day, I mean, it was a Liverpool masterclass, just against a United team that were thrilled to get their equalizer and then just decided to try to pack it in. As far as Alisson making a mistake, Alisson did make a mistake. But, Alisson has 2 kind of start mistakes this season, and neither one of them have cost Liverpool a single point.
Yep.
As it almost seems like when or if Alisson makes a mistake, which is very rare, actually, it almost seems to galvanize Liverpool defensively, and they just go that much harder to almost not so much atone for his mistake, but, it's one of those things. On Tuesday, Alisson stood up and got us into the Champions League knockout round. So with this, it was kind of like, hey man, you took care of us. We're gonna help you out. And you kind of see that. I mean, there's a shot during the celebration of the goal where in the background you see Alisson with his head down, hands on his knees, and who's got his hands on his shoulders talking to him is Virgil van Dijk. And you've got to assume he's giving him the look, man, just, keep us in this and we'll take care of it, And I mean, that's another difference that you're seeing in Liverpool this year is, when the shit does go wrong in the past where heads have dropped, Liverpool just keep coming this year. And I'm not ready to call this race. With 5% of the precincts reporting, I'm not ready to call this race yet. But, it's little things. It's moments that when you look back at a championship winning season, you look for those moments where, you were able to do something that you shouldn't have been able to do, or where you were able to make a comeback where in the past you hadn't made a comeback. The biggest, most glaring one is obviously the Everton goal by Origi, which is like, wait, how did this happen? And we got 3 points. And then, a match like this where we hadn't beaten United at Anfield in the Premier League since 2014. And here they come. They go exactly, as Denny Green said, they were who we thought we were. They did what we thought they'd do. And this year we were able to get all 3 points at home. And it's just, like I said, it's just these moments that add up, especially when you're in a tight race, which it looks like it's going to be a title race this year. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
It's these moments that are the ones that you look back at in May and go, "Holy shit!" We're in this. We're going the last day of the season with a chance to win the title because, Origi scored against Everton, and because, Shaqiri came off and got those 2 late goals against United. And I mean, they're those moments. And when you're a club who doesn't depend on the petrodollars, doesn't depend on the Russian money, when you do it, God, I'm not trying to sound self-holy here because I think there are other teams that do it the right way too. But, I feel Liverpool kind of do things more the right way. I think Spurs kind of do things more the right way. Strangely, I think Arsenal kind of do things more the right way.
Yeah. They don't always do the right thing, but they do it the right way.
Right. Those teams have to, if they do want to spend big, they have to pick and choose where they're going to spend big.
Absolutely.
It's not, we'll talk more about someone who maybe doesn't do it the right way a little later. I know we'll talk about him, but, when those teams who do that, you start to kind of get this belief going. And it's those moments that add up and build up and make it a special feeling and a special run.
Certainly. My 2 last thoughts on this, and you can add your comments on this as well. One, I would say, to my opinion, I think this was maybe Fabinho's best game he's had since becoming a Liverpool man.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that, and I think he was very key to this game, especially in the midfield. My second thing is you talk a lot about some of the things that have to go right to be there at the end of that title race, like the Everton goal, or the goal against Everton, I should say, like Shaqiri coming on. I would also say, and I don't mean this to take away anything from Liverpool, because again, I said at the beginning of this, I'll say it again, they were clearly the better team, and they played so much better. They were also lucky, because there was as I texted you, there was the free kick for United, I think maybe around the 15-minute mark, that Lukaku, for literally no reason, goes offside, doesn't touch it. The ball goes in. It's a goal. If he just doesn't do anything, it's probably still a goal. Like, there wasn't a whole lot Alisson was going to be able to do. And then, hey, maybe that's 1-0. Maybe United's even better about trying to kind of hold the fort. And then, obviously, Shaqiri's first goal was, off a deflection, and it goes in. And then I think the second one also took a weird bounce off the crossbar.
They're both deflections.
Yeah, so it's things like that where when you have and as close as you said this title race looks like it's going to be with Manchester City, where it could come down to 1 or 2 points, those are also the moments where you're going to look back on, well, shit, that's that kind of luck. Again, it's not that this makes a bad Liverpool team good. This is the kind of luck you need to outpace what is one of the best teams the Premier League has ever seen in City. And Liverpool, as good as they are, need, and anybody would. Spurs would need it if they wanted to challenge. Chelsea would need it, certainly, to challenge City. You need those kind of things to go right to win a title. And Liverpool right now has that going for them.
Right. It's the little things that, once again, when you're not...
Sorry.
You like that?
Yeah, that's
You
great.
like that, did you? When you're not... the most expensive club, when you're not the most expensive roster of all time, when you don't have the greatest manager of all time, when you don't have all those little things, sometimes it takes the right bounce to help you get those points. And, you can look at it any way you want. I mean, yes, science can tell us a lot, but sometimes it's just, man, it was just meant to be. I believe in fate. So, I feel if it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. So we'll see. My blind eye, and of course, as we know, I'm 100% just a blind optimist.
Of course, we know Wes always wearing those rose-colored glasses. They call him Wes Optimist from Bradshaw. We know this.
The most optimistic person of all time. Very, very un-English of me.
Well, Liverpool will be looking to continue that optimism as we head into the next set of matches here, the holiday season. They come hot and heavy, and Liverpool's got to be right back at it on Friday at 3 p.m. They were the last match on Sunday. They were the first match to start this period as they head to the Molineux to take on Wolves in what is going to be a big... I say this every time now for Liverpool, but it's true. That's another big game against a game Wolves team on the road. That's going to be tough. But again, Liverpool have risen to the challenge a lot this year. Expect no less this Friday. On Saturday, your matches are 7:30 a.m. Arsenal looks to rebound versus Burnley at home. At 10 a.m., you have Chelsea-Leicester, Man City versus Palace, Newcastle versus Fulham, West Ham versus Watford, Huddersfield versus Southampton, and Bournemouth versus Brighton and Hove. At 12:30, Cardiff, with the changing of the guard at Manchester City coming in to take over, as we'll get to in news and notes. On Sunday, just one match, 11 a.m., you get Everton versus Tottenham as they look to keep the good feels going. And then next Wednesday, nearly everyone is in action the day after Christmas. As at 7:30, you'll have Fulham versus Wolves, 10 a.m., Leicester versus Man City, Liverpool versus Newcastle, United versus Huddersfield, Spurs versus Bournemouth, Palace versus Cardiff, Burnley versus Everton. 12:15 is Brighton versus Arsenal, and at 2:30 is Watford v Chelsea. The only match that doesn't take place on Wednesday will be Southampton versus West Ham on Thursday, 2:45. Who really cares? Sorry.
West Ham!
You guys know I love you. So big week of holiday.
They're coming to win the mid-table, Ed.
They are, and we're going to take a look at that mid-table right now. First to the top, though, as Liverpool with that dramatic win over United, 1 point up still on Manchester City. And I don't want to spoil anything, but just, hey, that goal differential starting to tighten just a little bit. It's now like 8, where I think it was like 15 a little bit ago. So it's starting to tighten just a little bit. But Liverpool...
It helped that they lost.
Yes. Liverpool, importantly, up 1 point in the table. Tottenham kind of hanging around, sort of, in 39 points, 5 back of City in third place. Chelsea 2 points behind them in fourth. Arsenal right now in fifth place, 3 points back of Chelsea. Then it's a gap where you have Manchester United in sixth, Wolves 1 point back of them in seventh, Everton and West Ham, Watford all right there, 2 points back. Bournemouth now 3 points back. Leicester 4 points back. Brighton and Hove 5. And then it's the bottom of your heart, the relegation zone. Newcastle, Palace, Cardiff, and now Southampton on goal differential, all safely up. Burnley now finds themselves in the drop zone along with Huddersfield and Fulham. But again, a lot can change in this holiday period. Wes, let's jump over to the Champions League draw that took place this past Monday.
The champions.
These are the champions. So we'll go through this real quick, and then we can, Wes, I'll let you give your thoughts, and then I'll give some of mine. So here are your matches starting. The first set of matches, February 12th, first legs, will be Manchester United versus Paris Saint-Germain, as well as Roma versus Porto. On February 13th, you'll have Tottenham Hotspur versus Borussia Dortmund, and Ajax versus Real Madrid. On the 19th of February, the next week, that Tuesday, you'll have Lyon versus Barcelona, as well as Liverpool versus Bayern Munich. And then on the 20th, you'll have Schalke 04 versus Manchester City, and Atletico Madrid versus Juventus. West, there are some spicy ties in this first round of 16 that we have to look forward to.
Definitely. Not just because it's mine, but I think maybe the most intriguing, sexy one probably is Liverpool Bayern. Mm-hmm. And that's because you look at it, you have not only do you have, just really a fascinating team right now in Liverpool, mm-hmm. just with their whole dynamic and the fading empire that is Bayern Munich, mm-hmm. but you have the reemergence of what was one of the great Bundesliga feuds, yes. which was basically Klopp versus Bayern. It's fascinating. Klopp versus Bayern has just been fantastic. Klopp was the guy who kind of broke the Bayern stranglehold for a while at Dortmund. They had the 2013 Champions League final between each other.
That was big.
The understory always of Bayern poaching Dortmund's best players. Klopp obviously was never happy with that. Klopp has made comments before about, why would I go coach Bayern? I like a good challenge in my life. That said, Bayern has never kind of stopped. Every time the Bayern job opens, Klopp's name is in it. So, I mean, just so many kind of fascinating, very German subplots in this match. Then there's the specter of no Virgil van Dijk at Anfield for the first leg, which personally to me, the more I think about it, if I have to have Virgil for only one match, I want him at the Allianz.
Yes, I would agree.
Because I think the Liverpool crowd can help carry them at home. At the Allianz, they're going to need every single hand on deck, and they're going to need their best players ready for that, because they're either going to be defending a lead or they're going to have to be trying to make something happen. So it's going to be that's a fascinating tie to me. And like I said, not the least because it's my team in it, but I think it's a fascinating tie. That said, I think the best tie, Juve Atletico.
Yeah.
The fact that you're losing one of those teams in the final 16 is borderline criminal.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Where with the way Munich's playing and Liverpool just with their struggles in their group, losing one of those in the final 16 just isn't quite the killer that it's going to be losing either Atleti or Juventus. And Atleti have no one to blame but themselves.
Yeah.
For this. But I think that's absolutely fascinating because Ronaldo has been the thorn in Atleti's side for so many years. And now it's like, oh, God, he's finally gone. Damn it. Got him again. Out of every team in the draw that we could have gotten in the final 16, I as a Liverpool fan, really wanted to avoid Juve. But I think out of everyone they could have gotten, Juve wanted to avoid Atleti.
Yeah.
So that is a magnificent draw over two legs. It's not going to be that free scoring, thrill-a-thon. But if you like tactical football, if you like two teams that are going to absolutely scrape for everything, if you like storyline, I mean, it's Ronaldo versus Griezmann. Atleti kind of became what Klopp's Dortmund was. They were the ones who almost got it, but just couldn't get past their damn big brothers.
Yeah.
And, they're still Dortmund are still a top team, or Dortmund, I'm sorry, Atleti are still a top team. But damn it, of everyone they could have drawn, they get stuck with Juve, and that is a brutal round of 16 matchup.
I think first. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I
know where you're going next.
I think you're right. Just to touch on that match, I also think the storyline of not just did Atleti keep losing to little brother Real Madrid, who was on that, or not, they were the little brother to Real Madrid, I should say. Who was on that Real Madrid team? It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Where does Cristiano Ronaldo play now? Juventus. So that is a very interesting tie. I agree with you. That's the most drama-filled, I think, of all of them.
When it comes to what could be a spectacular tie,
yeah, I think
you guys might have it cornered.
I do. I think, Borussia Dortmund currently top of the Bundesliga right now. Tottenham starting to play some excellent football after a somewhat slow start to the season, and obviously a very slow start to the Champions League, just narrowly making it out of the group stage. But of course, Tottenham last year knocked Dortmund basically out of the Champions League in the group stage by beating them twice and really taking them out. So Dortmund wants some revenge there. I believe they also met up in the Europa League knockout round a couple of years ago, which Dortmund got the better of Tottenham there. And these are just two really good football teams. I think, you talk about how good Liverpool and Munich are, and I think Tottenham and Dortmund are right there behind them. Who knows how they'll be, in almost 2 months when they end up playing. But these are two very, very good football clubs. And in the battle of England versus Germany, I think England can beat Germany in each match. It's very, very close. But both these two England versus Germany ties are going to be very good. Just looking around a little bit more as well.
And real quick,
go
just
ahead.
my 2 cents. That Spurs Dortmund, that's going to be a great showcase of young English talent. Not only from what Spurs have, but of course Jadon Sancho making his return to England as an England. I mean, that's an England international who plays a huge part in that Dortmund team. So that's going to be pretty damn cool to see as well.
You also have Christian Pulisic, who of course has been rumored to be coming to the Premier League next year, whether it's Chelsea or Liverpool or whoever. So that's another showcase for him in front of a bunch of England supporters. Also, and again, we'll get to this very soon in news and notes, who knows how Manchester United's going to look in 2 months? I mean, that's the big thing. And with PSG being a little iffy once they hit the Champions League knockout stage, I'm not saying United's going to beat them, but if all of a sudden United kicks it into gear a little bit, it wouldn't shock me if United somehow pulled off the upset. I'm not saying they will. Their season could just free fall from here. It might. But if there was one where I was like, I want to wait and see where they are in 2 months, this would be it. Because I think this has the chance to be a very good tie. It also has a chance to be a tie where PSG runs completely over them. So,
and I think more than anything, personally, to me, United under whatever they do, they can almost do whatever they want. I think it's going to come down to where PSG are mentally. I know this is our very early in 2 months. We'll revisit all of this and see where everyone is, like you said. I think right now, though, I think PSG have got to be one of the favorites.
Yeah.
And I say that as looking at PSG as suddenly they seem to be getting it in Europe. After what Liverpool and Napoli did to them to start the group, everyone was, obviously, and for good reason, very down on PSG. But what they did to come back and win the group and look very strong doing it, and of course they're still staying strong in France. I really think if they can just keep their shit together, which is much easier said than done when the pressure really kicks into them, I believe Thomas Tuchel. Let's put it this way. I think Tuchel's the best manager they've had in this whole run, and yeah, that includes Carlo. Now, that said, Carlo didn't quite have the team that Tuchel has now, but I'm really impressed with Thomas Tuchel, and we've talked about it before, especially about football teams where it's culture. And what's your culture? And I think Tuchel has been having to battle uphill against the culture of PSG.
Yeah.
But it just seems like things are kind of starting to click into place. And I really think that win at home against Liverpool, I think that was a really big European win for them. Not only did it obviously keep them in there and basically give them the chance to win the group, but just mentally, I think being able to beat Liverpool in Paris, I think that was big for them. And I think this is a team that can possibly kick on from here. Now, the thing is, it once again comes back to that culture that we've talked about, and PSG's culture is to shit the bed in the knockout round. So we'll see, but I really think the only chance United have, no matter what's going on with them, I think the only chance United have are that PSG find themselves where Mbappe and Neymar and Cavani are all bickering and don't want to pass the ball to each other. And, they've got some bad injuries or something. I really don't think United belong on the field right now with PSG.
Well, and one thing I think that also helps PSG, and we slightly alluded to this earlier, but one of Atletico and Juventus are going to be gone in the round of 8. One of Liverpool and Bayern Munich are going to be gone once we get to the round of 8. So the road for them, and also like Manchester City, the road for them gets just a little bit easier because of those big ties that are happening elsewhere. I think we'll close with the Champions League talk with this. Who do you think has a better chance of pulling off an upset? Lyon over Barcelona or Ajax over Real Madrid?
I think Lyon are the better team.
Yeah, but
and once again, this is going to be another. Let's see where they are in 2 months.
Sure.
Because Real played really well today in the whatever cup they were in.
It's the World Cup, Cuppity Cup of Club Team Cup.
Yeah, whoever they beat, some Japanese team or something. Bale had a hat trick like within 30 minutes.
Yeah. I think you're right, though. I think Lyon's better, but I think Barcelona is right now a level above Real Madrid.
Right. I think right now Real are the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
But that said, man, there's something about Real, and until somebody beats that hoodoo in Europe, until somebody can break that hoodoo, I would almost put my money on Barca getting upset over Real.
That's fair. I guess we are going to find out how much that hoodoo was the Ronaldo and then especially Zidane combo that was so effective. And now that they're both gone,
there you go.
That's going to be really interesting to see how that works once we've hit the round of 16. So again, that's mid-February. We're still a ways away from there. The cup that happened today and yesterday was the League Cup.
Woo!
Woo, yeah. So the quarterfinals...
I enjoyed our rest, personally.
There you go. I don't blame you. Quarterfinals taking place this week. A bit of dramatics at the KP as Leicester draws Man City 1-1, getting a late equalizer from Mark Albrighton in the 73rd minute. And of course, in the League Cup, there's no extra time. So right after 90 minutes, straight to penalties. And that was a shit show. That was very, very bad, especially from Leicester, as they cannot capitalize on their late equalizer. 3-1 penalties to Manchester City. Just real bad. So Leicester misses a chance to get the upset there. Burton Albion beats Middlesbrough on the road 1-0. Jake Hesketh with the goal in that one at the 48-minute mark, as Burton Albion, the League One side, makes it to the semifinals. Joining them, as well as Manchester City, will be Tottenham Hotspur, who do get a little bit of revenge from their loss at the Emirates a couple weeks ago as they beat Arsenal 2-0. Heung-min Son with a goal in the 20th minute, and then Dele Alli finishes it off in the 59th. And let me just say, I think I said this last week, where Harry Kane, when people think bad of him, what they're really thinking about is Romelu Lukaku. And this match kind of proved why he's actually sneakily good, because he came on in about the real close to the Dele Alli goal, maybe just like a minute or two before. And his first main action is Gazaniga, who was in goal for Lloris in the cup, plays the long ball out to him at about the halfway line. He chests it down to himself, turns, and picks out Dele just in about a second time span. And just does it so clean, so effortlessly. For a striker to do that and to make that pass with that kind of control, it's wonderful. Harry Kane is a great, great player. That's all I have to say about that. So Tottenham do get the 2-0 win. Dele Alli got a bottle thrown at him from an Arsenal fan. Hopefully he's ejected and never gets to go to a football match for the rest of his life. Fuck you. Don't throw shit at people. Chelsea gets the 1-0 victory over Bournemouth. And Hazard, with the goal in the 84th minute, saves the Blues in that match as Bournemouth's struggles again continue. So, your semifinals look like this. Tottenham draws Chelsea, and Man City draws Burton Albion, because of course they do. So Tottenham, of course they do. So these will be 2-leg ties. The first leg being played on January 8th and 9th. Second leg's being played on January 22nd, 23rd. Dates still to be determined. But the first leg in each will be at Tottenham and at Man City for each match. So that is the League Cup semifinals. So now Wes,
Woohoo!
Yay!
The one that really matters.
yeah, of all the competitions, this one counts. So now Wes, let's hit news and notes, and of course the big story of the week: Jose Mourinho. That Liverpool match was his last match in charge of Manchester United. All the reports saying he left Manchester United. As I'm led to believe, he was told to resign, and he has left.
Yes, he did leave after he was told to pack up his office and go.
Yes, I don't think he was officially sacked, but he was sacked in everything but name.
Do you think it was one of those good old the parties have come to a mutual agreement?
Yes, and the mutual agreement is if you don't leave, we're going to fire you. So Josie is gone from Manchester United. The reign ends. Does not complete his 4th year with the club yet again.
This was his
third,
year.
yeah. But I believe he's never made it. Has he never made it to a 4th year?
He's never made it to a 4th year.
That's what it is. Okay, yes. He's never made it to a 4th year with the club. Again, leaving here. Not able to achieve the kind of success he had with his other clubs, being like Chelsea. Didn't win the Premier League, won a couple trophies, did win Europa, which helped them get into the Champions League.
According to Josie won 3 trophies. Don't forget that Community Shield.
Excuse me, you're right. He did also win the Community.
Yeah, the treble winning season.
How could I forget? Oh my goodness. Obviously, so many emotions run, because as much as we love to rag on Josie, that's why we also love having him around, is because he just makes things so damn interesting in the Premier League. And so and of course this means that United might actually get a good manager now. But Josie
Not going to be this season. Not going to be during this season.
That is true. So obviously Josie leaving West fills a big hole for United that looks like they're going to fill right now with that old gunner Solskjaer coming in, the old
Solskjaer.
There you go. Coming in, the former Manchester United player coming back to help coach United through the rest of the season, where of course at the summertime they'll be bringing in Maurizio Pochettino. It's already been written. So, Wes, thoughts on United going forward from here, and any lingering thoughts on the special one?
It's one of those things, man. You hate. It's like Mourinho is so damn. It's like you say, he's so damn entertaining.
Yes.
And it's like you don't want to lose him. And then, oh God, I'm trying to formulate all my thoughts here. So
that's what Josie does to you.
There's so much here. There is so much deep dive here with me and Mourinho.
Yes.
So when he came to United, I was terrified because of just what Mourinho has been capable of at all of his stops.
Well, because even if he burns every bridge, he normally wins a title.
Right. He usually is going to win the league. And that's the last thing Liverpool fans want to see is United win another league, before us especially. As it went along, we kind of got to a point where we're like, okay, this ain't happening.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was, I had to balance my absolute pleasure of watching United just scuttle themselves into shit and oblivion against the fact that I wanted Mourinho to stay so it would keep going like that. It was best summarized by Liverpool fans chanting near the end of the match on Sunday, "Don't sack Mourinho, don't sack Mourinho." Where usually it would be, you're getting sacked in the morning, you're getting sacked in the morning. Liverpool fans were shouting, "Don't sack him, don't sack him."
They know a good thing.
They were chanting, "Don't sack Mourinho, and we want you to stay." For Liverpool fans, hey, we think he deserved another 18-month extension.
Absolutely. So. Just like we thought about Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my new fear is, we've seen what has happened with Arsenal now, and Arsenal is a team that they've still got there is still work for Arsenal to do, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
But you've seen what that new manager, that new blood, that new quality can bring to that squad.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that now we're looking at Arsenal as being maybe the January and the summer transfer signing windows away from, oh, shit, we got something on our hands again.
Yeah.
I am terrified that someone is going to come in and start getting the best out of Pogba and Martial and all these guys. We were so close, I know, to Martial just begging to leave. Pogba was kind of in the same boat. It was like, damn it, couldn't we have got rid of these guys and then fired Mourinho? Because now I'm terrified. And with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming in, we'll get to that hiring in a minute. I'm not really convinced that he's the one who's going to save or do anything here. But what I am scared of is the potential in the summer. And what I'm terrified of is Pochettino going there. And Pochettino, right now, Pochettino's the sexy name. The other big sexy name out there, obviously, is Zidane.
I actually think that's more likely.
Well, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not nearly as scared of Zidane as I am Pochettino.
Really?
For the fact, well, here's my reason. Yes, okay. Zidane has 3 Champions League titles. Okay, cool. Yes, and here's the thing. He did it at Real Madrid with one of, if not the player of the generation. He did it at a club. Now, here's the thing about Zidane. Yeah, Zidane's French. Zidane had been at Real Madrid for basically the last 15 years of his life.
Yeah.
He had come up through the club. He knew everything about the club. He knew the expectations. He speaks Spanish. He knew all the players on a first-name basis. He walked in and it wasn't any kind of a culture shock. Zidane never played in England, has never managed in England, does not speak English. And if Zidane comes in, I believe if Zidane comes to United, there's going to be a level of expectation that wasn't even thought of for Mourinho for him. I think every United fan is going to think, oh God, this guy's here to win Europe and we're going to be amazing and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not going to say he would be a disaster by any means, but I think in the Premier League where there are so many more teams that you have to slog it out with than in Spain, you don't have a Ronaldo. You don't have that expectation of the Premier League. And don't forget what happened, even to someone like Pep Guardiola. Look what happened to him first year in the Premier League.
Yeah, it was rough.
There is a major adjustment period. And here's the thing. Pochettino would not have that adjustment period. Pochettino speaks English. Pochettino knows, as far as being at Tottenham, he knows what's going on at United. He has the pulse of England and what's going on at United. I think Pochettino could come in, hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Zidane, it would take time. And 2, here's the other thing with Zidane. Once again, I'm not hating on Zidane by any means. I really, actually, as a player, love Zinedine Zidane. Zidane has never had to deal with anyone really other than Barcelona. And a year or 2 of Atletico, but once again, they have, money-wise, they're so much farther ahead of Atletico. It's not funny. Where you come into the Premier League, and yeah, United have money, but you are squarely behind City monetarily. And right now, football-wise, you come in, you're behind Liverpool. You're behind. Arsenal already has a head start on them. Tottenham, if Pochettino stays at Tottenham, you're definitely behind Tottenham. And Sarri's already got a head start at Chelsea. I mean, you're walking into being at best the 6th best team right now. And Zidane has never, as a manager especially, had to deal with that level of competition.
Right.
He is, and even when he was at Real, they ever won the league when he was at Real. I mean, they were fantastic in Europe. Over 2 legs, yeah, they're fantastic. It's, as we've seen, as a lot of people find out, it's a lot different, playing 2 legs in Europe as opposed to, having to go through a season, and as Klopp has showed us, and as Guardiola has showed us, the Premier League is a whole different monster than La Liga or the Bundesliga or Serie A. Whole different monster he's going to be walking into. So, at least in the short term, and truly in the long term, because I think Poch has the potential to be, in that top 5 elite managers in the world discussion within a few years. And especially if he ends up at a Real Madrid or something, where I think he has the potential to really, really turn United back into something. And that terrifies me, of course.
Let's hope it does not happen. Yay!
Yay, Poch! Stay with no yids.
There you go.
Somebody make that man some latkes and a dreidel.
There you go. Hey, it's that time of year. All right. So that, of course, is our big news story of the week. Real quick, just also want to mention according to Ian Dennis over at the BBC, announcing that the FA Cup from the 5th round on will not have any more replays. This was actually supposed to happen next year, where they would not have extra time. They will have extra time and go straight to penalties from there in the first match without going to a replay. This was supposed to happen next year. They said, screw it, we're just going to go ahead and start this year. That's great. There's already an overloaded schedule. You shouldn't have to add another match to it. And to all the people who are like, oh no, this is terrible. Shut up. No, it's not. That's stupid. This is how we have to move forward if England actually want to compete in the Champions League. This is what we have to do. Sorry.
Well, it's just the fact that it's just an outdated thing at this point. It's just called progress.
Yeah, scary.
I mean, we're not changing the fundamental. We're not changing the way the game's played. We're just taking away an archaic system that, who else does this?
No one, as far as I know.
It's silly.
It's just stupid.
And of course, who it sucks for are the smaller teams who, some of them, they get that draw and they're paying their budget for the next 2 years because they get that home match with United or Liverpool. So
I like this one.
Get that. Sorry.
I like this one on Twitter. The FA have ruined the FA Cup. Soon they will scrap replays altogether. No longer the best cup competition in the world. Big clubs don't care till the semifinals. Thanks.
I'm sorry. When was it the best club competition in the world? Anytime recently?
Who even cares? Who actually cares about the best League Cup competition in the world? Who actually cares?
Denizens of the FA.
Oh, God. Whatever. The FA Cup has died an awful death. I miss the magic it used to bring to football. All but gone now because we don't have replays anymore.
Well, here's my thing now. I agree with that up until he says because we don't.
Yeah.
No, the reason that the FA Cup has died is because teams don't take it seriously anymore.
Yeah.
It's not that the big teams don't take it seriously to the semifinal. It's that the mid-level teams of the Premier League who, could really use a run, a West Ham, a Leicester, a Bournemouth, somebody like that, they're just like, just get us the hell out of here so we don't have to play extra games. That's what's killed the League Cup, is teams not really giving a shit until, hey, we're in the semifinals. Well, seriously now, That's what's killed the League Cup, is nobody takes it seriously.
I like this one. And this will be the last one, then we'll move on. This is from @BarryGold59, whose avatar is a Chelsea logo. Seems to me football clubs and footballers want more and more money, but want to play less football. #football is dying.
Oh man, isn't the goal of every single job more money with less hours?
But it's again, they're not with the additions of all the Champions League stuff and with stuff again, we're not even talking about it because who cares? But the Club World Cup and all the international tournaments you play and the friendlies that now happen in the summer with the International Champions Cup and all that bullshit. They play a ton of matches. Like, why is... I don't know.
Well, and here's the thing, too. I mean, how often... I mean, what do you get a replay maybe every 4 years?
Yeah.
As a club, I mean, just average it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's that. I think it's just, the fixture schedule is already congested enough.
Yeah. Especially this part of the year.
Exactly. I mean, and then just having to just randomly throw... That's brutal, man.
That's stupid. But football players
So
are weak,
wild.
obviously. Obviously. Let's not bring in the fact that, just like how everybody, or a lot of people say now, it's like, oh yeah, the 72 Dolphins, they were so great, blah, 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 blah. Like, the 72 Dolphins would get fucking destroyed today.
They smoked at halftime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like, come on.
They sat in teams back then sat in the locker room, smoking Marlboros at halftime.
These are some of the most peak physical condition athletes on the planet. Except for that one goalie from a couple of years ago. But besides him, these are some of the most peak condition athletes on the planet. Shut up. Jesus.
I mean, seriously. Now, if you want to say, physicality of the game, well, then it comes down to the rules we're playing. Yes, in the NFL, you can't clothesline someone.
Oh, God, no. Oh, the horror.
But you're going to tell me that, Dick Butkus, Dick Butkus is great. You're going to tell me that Dick Butkus is a greater physical specimen player than, like, Ray Lewis was? That's a negative Ghost Rider. Ray Lewis hitting you at full speed compared to Dick Butkus hitting you at full speed?
It's not even
Shit.
close. It's not even close. So dumb.
Anyway. There's our NFL talk.
Hey, there you go. Then we satisfied our quota.
You're welcome, 2018.
All right, let's hit the watch for now that we're done with that. Oh yeah. Oh sorry. Chelsea, stop being racist and anti-Semitic. It'd be great if you could do that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's hit the watch for Wes. What are you watching in the week that was, or the week that will be?
Oh my goodness, Ed. It's that time of the year.
It is.
Bells are jingling.
They will be ringing.
Halls have been decked.
Yeah. Not clothesline, deck.
And today I got up and I was like, man, I've got some time. Going to be in Greenville anyway. I got my sweet A-list. I get 3 movies a week. I love my A-list. It's like, man, let's go take in a flick. A holiday flick would be great. So I go take in a holiday flick, and the Mule's out, and I want to see that, but timing wise didn't work out today, and just not enough holiday and Clint Eastwood trafficking cocaine.
Sure. Of course.
I mean, that's kind of a Nash County Christmas. But anyway, hey, that was Operation Silent Night. We got you fuckers last week.
Hey, was that a real thing?
Oh yeah, we had this big, massive, 6-month drug sting bust in Nash County last week. They arrested 75 people for heroin possession and possession distribution networks. Oh, it was great.
Perfect.
It's called Operation Silent Night. So
of course it was.
Very festive. So I check out my movie theater, Ed, and what is there? A very Deadpool Christmas, or Once Upon a Deadpool, whatever.
There you go. Once Upon a Deadpool. Nailed it. First try.
How much did it really have to do with Christmas? Not very much at all. But I will say this: basically, Once Upon a Deadpool it's Deadpool 2, edited down. I say edited down. It's still a 2-hour movie, but they've taken some stuff out, but they've added some stuff.
Oh.
And basically, what they have added is the story is being told in storybook form by Deadpool to Fred Savage. And not only that, but Deadpool has kidnapped Fred Savage and has perfectly created his bedroom for the Princess Bride.
Of course.
All the way down to his Bears jersey. And the fact that we quickly learn he has on no pants. Because, as Deadpool said, bears don't wear pants. The back and forth banter between Fred Savage and Deadpool is just spectacular. One of my favorite bits in there is the fact that Deadpool actually has a box because, hey, don't forget, this is PG-13.
Yes.
So we've got one shit and one fuck.
You got to use them sparingly.
Have to use that's right. You got to use them, sparingly. So he actually has a box that is the bleep box. And there is a scene in there where where he uses it to change a Fred Savage conversation about Matt Damon, which is just had me absolutely dying in there. It was me and one show. I don't take that for much. I mean, once again, it's the 11:45 show on a Wednesday. So, and myself and the other person there, I had no problem. I was just bent over, dying, laughing at a lot of it. Take into account also that I only saw Deadpool 2 once, and I watched it on Fire Stick, and it cut off with about 3 minutes left. So I actually never saw the very end of it.
Oh my god!
So it did kind of turn into a semi-new movie for me. So I got to see everything, which was great.
That's good.
But it's great, man. Now if you've already seen Deadpool 2 and you don't think it will be worth your time to go see it, that's fine. If you didn't see Deadpool 2, hey, go check it out. It's it's got a little extra to it.
And you can bring the kids to this one.
That was the part that I was trying to push so hard was I was going to take Callie to see it. And Tracy looked at me and gave me these death eyes and was like, if you take my fucking daughter to see that movie. I was like, see, you just cursed more than they curse in Deadpool. But whatever. But yeah, I did not take Callie with me, but she would have thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it was funny. It was very funny. I mean, it's Deadpool. At this point, you either love Deadpool or you're so sick of Ryan Reynolds doing Deadpool. It's not funny. I love Deadpool. Yes. So, I mean, Ryan Reynolds, yes, the whole, smarmy, quick wit, it can grate on you after a while if you just don't like the person. Mm-hmm. I like Ryan Reynolds.
I like Ryan Reynolds as well.
Sorry.
He's great.
Someone else doesn't.
Canada's greatest export.
I think so. Oh my God, there is such a phenomenal Canada joke in there between him and Fred Savage. I think it was my favorite moment of the movie. I will let you have to see it because it is just that good. I would say, you saw Deadpool 2?
I did, yes.
Okay. I would say, take Jackie, go see a matinee.
Okay.
If you can find it on like $5 Tuesday somewhere, that's fantastic. But it's worth it. If not, wait for it to come out and watch it. It is funny. The extra scenes in there, the Fred Savage stuff, it is very funny. Nice. Ellen, I will throw this out. This is not a spoiler in the post-credit scenes, but if you go all the way to the end, there is about a 2-minute tribute to Stan Lee on there.
Okay.
Which I kind of get the feeling that tribute it was nothing like Deadpool centric at all. Mm-hmm. I kind of have a feeling that we're going to see that tribute maybe at the end of Marvel movies coming up for a while.
I did hear, and because this is another movie I do want to actually see, is the new Marvel Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
I also heard there was a credits little bit in there as well for Stan Lee.
I would just about bet that it's the same thing that they're going to be. Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's really nice. It's really heartwarming and touching. It's a really, really nice little tribute to Stan Lee at the end. So stay through the credits. Mm-hmm. Just when you think it's over, when you think it's really over, because there is a post-credit scene, and then it comes on after the post-credit scenes. Yep.
Yep. All right, my watch 4. I haven't really watched anything. I think. What am I gonna watch? Oh, okay. A new YouTube channel I actually found the other day, thanks to one name technical producer Jackie's brother, that I actually just started checking out here. If I can pull it up real quick, 8-Bit Music Theory. Go check it out if you're into video game music, or if you just really like to play video game music, but if you like to play video games even, and you enjoy the music from them, go check it out. The channel on YouTube is called 8-Bit Music Theory. It's some somewhat heady stuff, and it does get a little technical, but it's really good. Some of the videos in the series include let me find some iconic opening intervals in game music. The music evolution of Rainbow Road, which is Rainbow Road has been a track in the Mario Kart series for just about forever. And let's see one more here. Analyzing Christmassy melodies for Christmas. So there you go. That's very appropriate for this time of year. So go check that out. That's the 8-Bit Music Theory YouTube channel. But Wes, I have a theory that we're going to have a little So Raw news. Am I right?
Yay! Sure. A little So Raw news.
Well, there was TLC this past weekend, right?
Yeah, there was TLC and some stuff coming up. Well, of course, you and I have a little of our personal news.
That's true.
That we'll hit.
That's true, actually.
But yeah, we did have TLC this weekend. Tables, ladders, and chairs. I have yet to watch it myself. Wanted to watch it while I was at work the other night, but we were busy for a while, so I was unable to get it and watch it. But I heard, as usual, WWE pay-per-view delivers.
Of course.
Just,
of course.
God, bro, so terrible. Match of the night. Well, the big moment of the night, the main event of all this was actually the triple threat match for the SmackDown Women's title. It was Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Asuka added to the match. And kind of the stunning ending to it, Ronda Rousey came out, interfered, and made sure that neither Charlotte nor Becky Lynch, who, of course, she has issues with both, walked out with the title. Asuka walks out with the SmackDown Women's Championship, which, yeah, that's great for Asuka. I do believe this is more actually set up to set up the continuation of Rousey, Flair, Lynch, that triumvirate, which I think there's a very good chance that could be the big women's match at WrestleMania. It could be a triple threat between those three, or a one-on-one with Rousey and one of the other two. As would be WWE style, I'm sure somebody will get hurt. So,
of course,
unfortunately, that just seems to happen recently. So, anyway, but let's hope not. But that was supposed to be a really, really, really top match from the other night. See, man, what else is there to touch? Rollins and Ambrose had a match, and I've heard kind of mixed reviews on it. Dean Ambrose actually walked out with the Intercontinental, so beat Seth Rollins. A lot of people are looking at this in two ways, that you could continue this rivalry for a little while longer, but it could be setting up Seth Rollins to win the Royal Rumble and go on to WrestleMania, potentially face Brock Lesnar, potentially finally put the damn title back on Seth Rollins. Rollins is the best thing going on Raw right now. But from what I've heard, I haven't seen it yet, I've heard this match kind of left a little bit to be wanted between these two, which is surprising considering just how damn good those two are together. So, something I'm going to have to go back and watch, and I do plan to go to TLC. Maybe I'll get to it tomorrow, maybe sometime over the holiday season coming up, even though I am about to hit my busy time at work. But, you know what, we'll just have to see what happens.
There you go.
But, coming up, though, it is a big time coming up for wrestling. We'll start getting ready for the Royal Rumble. That should be our next pay-per-view. Wrestle Kingdom should be coming usually first week of January from Japan. A lot of things kind of up in the air right now around some of the big independent stars. Contracts up for Cody Rhodes, contracts up for the Young Bucks, potentially Kenny Omega. This is the time of year, it's WWE calling, I'm just personally worried right now if they ended up over there, what would happen. But anyway, that's remains to be seen. But talking about guys who have been huge at Wrestle Kingdom, have had these huge moments on the independent scene, that kind of kicks us into our little part together here. You sent me a text the other day telling me that NXT is going to be in Durham.
Yes.
On January the 6th. I then sent you a copy of my tickets that I already have for NXT Durham because hell yeah, Adam Cole's going to be in Durham. Hell yeah, I'm going to see Adam Cole, baby. At which point you confirmed yourself with the Great Black Otaku.
Yes, Brendan Williams.
That he should be in attendance as well. And due to that, Ed Green, your long-standing comment of, hey, Great Black Otaku, go. By golly, Ed Green might be going to the NXT with Wes and the kids.
Wes, I would absolutely love to go with you and the kids.
Oh, don't throw me that butt. You're going to throw me a butt.
But.
Oh, my goodness.
I literally, before you started talking about this, I went to the WWE website.
Are they sold out?
They are sold out.
Oh, Ed, we'll check the secondary market. We are not giving up on the setting.
Okay, damn it. All right, you're right. It's Christmas. We're going to get the Christmas miracle because we're going to see the Great Black Otaku. Damn it.
Oh, Otaku. Let's see what stuff
I have to go. I have to go hug Brendan Williams. We have to have a big hug it out time. Things have happened.
Time, man.
We need to have a hug, a cry, and a cuddle because things happened. So anyway. Yes.
I don't even know what happened, but things happen.
Yes, things happen. Don't you worry about those things that happen. Just know that things happen that if those things had something happened to something that if that thing had never happened, I would actually never know about Brendan Williams.
There you go.
So this thing brought me to Brendan Williams. That thing is now over. And so now Brendan Williams and I have to have a big hug and a cry about it.
Okay.
So yeah.
We'll have to see. That first price I just saw, I don't think you're going to be too into it. Yeah, it might be a tough little ticket to get on, but I'm going to check for you, friend. I'm going to see what I can do for you.
Thank you. I believe in the Christmas miracle. Damn it, I do.
Because I want you to see your first ever wrestling show, Ed.
I'm very.
I want you to see it. Also, now I will just hold out for that. Decide he doesn't want to go. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't, I mean, shit, perfect. Then I've got you a ticket right there. So
that's right. That's exactly right.
Maybe I'll just start alienating him over the next few weeks.
That's the best Christmas present anyone's ever given me.
People do that to their kids, right? Just, hey, buddy, I don't like you that much, right?
Of course.
Hey, buddy, I don't like you. You don't want to go to wrestling.
I'll
kick your ass if you go. I don't want to go. Okay, good. That's going. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be like the blood ticket of all blood tickets.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
It's like all it took was Wes destroying a relationship with his sons.
It's fine. It's worth it. It's so worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, we will work on that because I would absolutely love to go and check it out. That would be a lot of fun to go over there in Durham. So if you are in Durham. And you do have your ticket, congratulations, and hopefully I will be able to see you there. Wes will. Hopefully I will, too.
Me and the children will be there. Woohoo.
Woohoo. So that's going to do it for episode 241 of the A Foreign Affair podcast. We will be back next week. I believe next week we are both recording our own parts, correct?
Right, yes. Next week Wes gets to work.
So I will be bringing you a quick recap of everything happening in the holiday period as we hit into the new year. So that'll be a lot of fun. So look out for that next week as your post-Christmas malaise episode. So enjoy that. But that is going to do it again for this episode. Want to give a big shout out to NGSC Sports. Thank you so much for presenting our podcast, as well as Alicia's Pillows and Things. Big shout out also to our podcast providers, including Podbean.com, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, the TuneIn Radio app, Google Play Music, and the iTunes Music Store. All those things you can find, I imagine, on Twitter, as well as NGSC Sports. You can also find us on Twitter. As a collective, we are at AFA Pod. Wes, you are?
I'm at Wes Bradshaw 21.
I am at Edward Green. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube via our parent show, The All New Sports Show. You can also email us at that address, allnewsportshow@gmail.com. So like I said, next week, Wes and I will be recording our parts separately, and then we'll bring them together just for you guys, again, with a busy holiday period in the Premier League kicking off. Before we get to next week, Wes, as this podcast comes to an end, is there anything else you'd like to add?
As this podcast comes to an end, as pretty much our year as a whole comes to an end, Ed, so too comes an end to the March of the Viking. By the Viking, we mean the Tarboro Vikings. And folks, it ended just the way we felt it would end. Tarboro Vikings, you're undefeated 1AA state champions, as they were really, really sweet to East Surrey and let them hang around for an entire half. They go into halftime only up 14-10, and by the time it was over, it was 50-10.
First time they trailed all year.
First time they trailed all year. Of course, it was still not a defensive score that did it. East Surrey scored on a fumble return for a touchdown. But then after that, the giving spirit of the Tarboro Vikings, it ended pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And they just decided, let's just fuck these guys up.
Oof, they did.
And that's and at the end of the day, big congratulations to head coach Jeff Craddock, his fifth state championship. Jeff Craddock, of course, one of our absolute favorite human beings of all time. The playoff beard was resplendent as always, Ed. And, Tarboro lifted their fifth. That was their seventh state title appearance in the last 10 years, 10 seasons.
Yes.
And 5 state championships to come home with them. And guess what? They're already talking, man, we're going to be really good next year, too. So
shocking.
They've already had 1 3-peat. So I'm not going to go ahead and put another one past them for next year. So.
Of course. Tarboro Vikings, the gift that keeps on giving.
Don't forget, though, Ed, season opener. I can go ahead and tell you the game of the week's going to be there. Rocky Mount at Tarboro.
Really?
Yes, we are finally getting it. Rocky Mount Tarboro to open the season for the first time since 2003.
That's a hell of an opener.
2002 or 2003. God, I've got to actually go back and look.
Damn, son.
But we will have Tarboro Rocky Mount. So.
Wow. Well, that'll be something to look forward to come August. But until then, the Foreign Affair podcast will be keeping you up to date on the Premier League as we go through the rest of this season. So, for McCall and Crime, Wes Bradshaw, I'm Edward Green. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Foreign Affair podcast. And to each and every one of you out there, stay safe, enjoy your holiday period, and while you do it, enjoy the football.
And enjoy a nice cup of eggnog, Josie Mourinho. By golly, you deserve it. And enjoy your Christmas. At least you don't have to work.
There you go. You and I both have Christmas off, buddy. It's great.
Good job, Josie.
Oh,
This show is sponsored by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out the Facebook page, Alicia's Pillows and Things, where you will find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. Check out the pillows and stools of your favorite sports teams. Maybe you want a set of your kid's favorite cartoon or movie character. You can also get full body and neck pillows as well. Log on to NGSCsports.com and go to the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage to complete your order. It makes a great gift for Christmas at an affordable price. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on NGSCsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.